Bowling Green, Kentucky. Population, 58,000, including over 5,000 people of Bosnian heritage. In the early 1990s, their country torn by war, folks from Bosnia settled in Bowling Green, and now, 20 years later, the Bosnian citizenry makes up over 10% of the city's population. They've enriched South Central Kentucky in many ways, including, of course, with food culture. The small town of Bowling Green hosts several European-style restaurants owned by Bosnians. Today we're visiting one of these, Novo Dolce, an espresso bar that serves creative drinks, homemade gelato, fresh pizzas, and more. So I'm here at the coffee bar talking to Michaela Easton, barista extraordinaire, right?
Yes, that's me.
And you do a lot of the coffees here. Mm-hmm. So you're going to tell me about how you do a specialty coffee?
Right. We have a list of specialties on our menu. Our most popular is probably the one I'm going to make right here. It's our espresso tella. It's delicious, quite simple as well. I'm going to start off with a nice spoonful of Nutella right here in the bottom of this cup. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to add your double shot of espresso.
Now, for those who don't know, Nutella is a hazelnut, creamy thing that came out of Europe, right?
It's amazing.
So it's kind of like chocolate, but you get a big hazelnut.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a hazelnut spread, a little bit of cocoa powder in there. So yeah, I've got that espresso in there with the Nutella. I'm going to stir all this up. Make it.
That looks good and rich.
Very rich. This will definitely get you going in the morning.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, my friends in England, they spread Nutella on toast. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of like a breakfast. Well, most coffees are breakfast coffees, I guess, but this is a super breakfast coffee.
Super breakfast. I'm going to sit this down here.
So Nutella, espresso, and then you're putting what on the top?
This is going to be some whipped cream.
Oh, my goodness.
Just make it a little better, you know.
Uh-huh.
A little sweeter. I'm going to go ahead and...
As if it weren't rich enough.
If it wasn't rich enough, it definitely is now. So there's your whipped cream. Then I'm going to take just a little bit of cocoa powder here and sprinkle just a little bit of cocoa powder on the top there. Just makes it look pretty.
So that's beautiful. Is this your evil creation? Did you come up with this?
I can't take credit for coming up with it, but I've definitely made enough to perfect it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add another spoonful of Nutella right there on top.
Oh gosh.
And that's the espresso tella.
And this is a very popular...
It is. It's probably one of our most popular specialties. It's great.
So what other kind of... You're going to tell me about your specialty coffees, and you said you have...
I also do a special of the week. It's going to be a 16-ounce coffee drink, espresso drink. I change them every week. They are $2.50 plus tax, so it's super cheap, and they're always delicious. This week is a pumpkin caramel latte. So it's going to be your pumpkin pie sauce with your double shot of espresso. Then I'm going to do about 6 to 8 ounces of steamed milk, and then I do the caramel syrup into the steamed milk. Then I top that off with some cinnamon on top of the foam, and it's delicious.
I'm not a huge sweet fan, but that does sound really good.
It's delicious. It is sweet. It's very sweet, but I mean, perfect for this time of year for fall. It's great.
You know, Michaela, not mentioning any names, but there are people who pay big money on a regular basis to have their coffee from certain famous coffee shops. Mm-hmm. You're getting a product here that is as good or better than what you get in certain famous coffee shops. And
Correct.
This is a local establishment,
Right.
one of a kind.
Exactly.
And you're making it with care.
Right. Making it with love, that's for sure.
Right on. There's a lot of love in that cup.
It is.
Can I drink some of that love?
You sure can. It's for you.
All right. A little taste of Nutella. Should I have a little bite of this first?
If you would like.
It'll probably ruin my palate for everything else. That's just sweet. I love the hazelnuts though.
I do too.
How can I drink this without getting this in my mustache?
I usually stir it all up first.
Oh yeah?
It'll ruin the prettiness of it, but...
That's fine. Well. I love espresso anyway, but to get that little bit of sweetness in there, it's great.
Right.
Fabulous. What a great drink. Thanks for showing us how to make these
You're
things.
very welcome. It was my pleasure.
You don't want to miss what comes up next. More Go Local is coming up. So we're here in the kitchen of Novo Dolce. You can get sandwiches here. You can also get pizzas. Sasha has persuaded me to try the potato pizza, which to me sounds pretty strange.
Rustic potato pizza is our #1 seller on the pizzas. What makes it interesting is they say potato. Never tried a potato on a pizza. So we have a standard pizza dough. We make it fresh in the house. A little bit cornmeal on the bottom.
So you put the cornmeal down to keep it from sticking?
Keep it from sticking.
Now I've actually cooked pizzas at home and I used cornmeal on my pizza stone, but it got kind of burned on the bottom. Is that ever a problem here at Novo Dolce?
Pizza burning?
Yeah, you know, getting that kind of brown or black stuff on the bottom because of the cornmeal.
It's a personal preference.
Yeah.
Classic Italian pizza is 800 plus degrees oven, so it's going to be a little bit charred. That's what
it's really crispy when you get it out.
That's what it's supposed to be, exactly. So that's what we do in a classic Italian thin crust. Olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. So it doesn't have a sauce. Olive oil is the flavor right there. Mozzarella cheese.
Okay. So this is a really thin pizza. You got your mozzarella.
Potato. Trick to potato is cutting it really thin. So basically when it cooks, it crisps up a little bit like a chips.
Fabulous. Potato chip pizza.
Hey, wait till you try. Next thing, we're gonna put a gorgonzola cheese.
I love gorgonzola.
Italian blue cheese.
Nice and strong.
Pancetta, Italian bacon.
This looks fabulous.
Red onion.
Okay.
And we finish our pizzas with Parmesan cheese and oregano. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of that on top.
What temperature do you cook this thing at?
500 degrees. Right now it's 500.
500 degrees and it'll be ready in how long?
It'll be ready in 4 to 5 minutes.
Oh, that's really quick.
So trick is set it and forget it.
We've got more on the way. So I'm talking with Wade Grinstead, the gelato maker here at Novo Dolce. Wade, how long have you been doing this gelato business?
Well, we opened up in late May. I've been making gelato since. Never had it beforehand, but now that I have, I don't think I'll ever eat real ice cream again.
I was shocked to find that you all made gelato here instead of getting it from somewhere else. You have a gelato machine in the back.
We do.
So tell me what goes into this.
Well, actually, like most places, we start off with just a little milk. We actually have a gelato base that has cream and some gums, helps thicken it a little bit, and sugar, and add your flavoring. You mix it, let it sit kind of overnight so the flavors all incorporate really well. Throw it in my machine and the magic happens.
Speaking of magic, talk about the flavors that you have here. Beginning with this one over here, this really beautiful looking, what is this?
This is actually a butternut squash and dried cranberry. This is one of my favorites right here.
Can I have a sample of that?
Of course.
Butternut squash, dried cranberry. Well, I love butternut squash.
Perfect seasonal gelato.
You really taste the squash there.
It's really good.
Wow, that's great. Oh, it's so creamy too. And you do get the cranberries as well.
Yes.
So what else do you have?
Here I have a oatmeal cream pie.
Okay.
This is vanilla, Nutella, which you explained earlier. This is bourbon ball.
Bourbon ball.
And this is donut.
So what kind of flavors do you envision for the future?
Well, actually I'm going on a gelato making extravaganza, if you will, next week. So when I come back, there's no telling where we're going to go with this.
Where's your extravaganza going to be?
It's actually in North Carolina. It's the people that supply us with the gelato base.
Yes.
And they have an advanced gelato making class. It's 3 days long, so I'm going to go down there for 3 days.
Awesome.
And come back and just be, you know.
You're probably the #1 gelato person in Bowling Green, Kentucky, is my guess.
I would hope so. I mean, I would think we were that already, but, you know, can only make it better.
Tell the folks why they should have gelato.
Gelato is like heaven in your mouth. It is so, the flavors are so intense, it's so creamy, it's magic.
Wade, these are magic, and I love that butternut squash cranberry
really good.
concoction. Thanks for telling us about gelato, man.
No problem.
Yeah, it's
Anytime,
great.
guys.
More Go Local is coming up. Stay tuned. So hey folks, I'm enjoying this rustic potato pizza, which is just awesome. And we're also looking at a chicken Asiago.
Chicken Asiago sandwich. It's panini style. You have a choice of panini style or regular deli sandwich. So this one is panini. Asiago cheese, chicken, spinach, and tomatoes. Simple and choice. This is a pasta salad. It's one of the different sides you can get. You can get a chips or pasta salad.
Let's talk about a couple of European words. Panini means?
Toasted panini machine.
Okay, so
So
toasted.
you got a little crust on the bread. It makes it just a little bit warmer.
Okay. Also, Novo Dolce, what's it mean?
It means sweet new style. It's in Old Italian and Latin, and that's what it stands for.
Sweet new style, which applies to your beverages, and you also serve quite a bit of sweeties here.
Yes,
We got gelato, of course. Then we got a Belgian chocolate mousse cake, and we have a spumoni cheesecake.
A lot of Bowling Green, the businesses are concentrated over by Interstate 65, but you're down here close to Western Kentucky University in a part of town that might be growing a little bit.
728 Old Morgantown Road.
That's right, 728 Old Morgantown Road. Get here, have some pizzas and sandwiches, drink you some nice European lemonade-y beverages, great coffee.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.